Hey, all, welcome back. Welcome to tonight's segment. I hope you're all having a great day. So, today, as I'm pressing record, it occurs to me this channel, Just Another Thought, is celebrating its 1 year anniversary. That's right, we're this many years old. Can you believe it? We've come a long way from the beginning. 12 months. We first started off, I was using a $10 webcam. I had a $10 boom arm and a microphone. And I was using my living room lamps to provide my own lighting to get these segments up. Significantly different now, isn't it? Fantastic microphone, a great quality camera, and almost studio quality lighting. I'm very happy with how things have gone. Now, the content, on the other hand, well, that's still in process, I guess. You know, some of my friends who actually watch the channel tell me, maybe you should script your segments instead of just, freeballing it. Well, I thought about that, but that's not who I am. I mean, I can write a script and I could make things smoother and the delivery better, but that's not me. If I'm covering a subject or discussing something with you, I want to give you my raw feelings on it at that moment, not something I wrote 3 days ago or earlier that day. I want to give you my feelings about it, my opinion about it right now. That's who I am, not that other stuff. So if it's a script you need in order to watch this channel, then maybe this isn't the place for you. Because I am not going to change who I am and my style for just a handful of people. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. This is my channel. So, on that, it's Christmas time. And if it's Christmas time, that means we need to have something that's going to inspire folks. Be uplifting, heartwarming. So I vow to you, I will not talk politics at all the entire month of December. It'll be heartfelt stories, entertainment, and maybe some music. Now today, I didn't realize it was December 7th. And it wasn't pre-planned. I had no plans on doing anything special. But when I get this recorded, I'm going to be putting it up today. And this story actually involves my father. And today would be my mother and father's, oh my gosh, I got to do the math. 63rd anniversary. I think. No. 68 years. 68th year anniversary. To give you a little insight, my father's 84 years old. Him and my mother were married exceptionally young. So, but anyway, on that, happy anniversary to my mom and dad. Unfortunately, my mother is no longer with us. She died a few years ago. So my dad is not living too far away. So I get to keep an eye on him, see him, talk to him. He's a good man. He really is. And it goes into the reason of the story today. I would like to think that this is a very heartwarming thing to do. And for those of you who have parents that are in the sunsetting portion of their lives, that maybe something like this could inspire you to do something for them. Back on Father's Day of this year, my siblings and I were sitting here and we're talking about our father, while he's away. And my sister, one of my sisters, comes up with an idea. And she goes, Christmas. She's like, we need to do something for Dad for Christmas. And then we're all thinking like, okay, yeah, he's 84, he's not in the best health. And we want to make the time that he has here with us as memorable as possible, not only for him, but for us as well. So my sister says, we need to do something to make up for his Christmas for when he first came up here to Michigan. Now, it was a story that I had absolutely no clue about. It just never came up between me and my father. What happened? Okay, my father was born in Goliad, Texas. He lived in literally a four-walled shack. There was no paved roads, no grass. They had a handful of chickens and a goat. No BS. He was born and raised there until he was 9 years old. My grandparents were directly from Mexico. They came in illegally in I think the 19 teens, I believe, and came here, settled in Goliad, and began sharecropping. Yes, they actually still did that in the 40s, believe it or not. And he himself actually worked in the fields to help pick whatever they were picking. Now, he did not speak any English. One bit. All Spanish. My grandparents, the same thing. What they did is they lived down there, and he lived his life as a Mexican boy, as they would have in Mexico. That's simple. Now, right after World War II, my grandparents and father moved up here to Michigan. They started working whatever jobs that they could get, which was anything better than what they were doing in Texas. So my father had to go to school. So he did not speak English. He had to learn. He had to learn English fast. He had to be assimilated. Now, as he's going to his school, he's finding out about this holiday, Christmas, about where this fat man in a red suit comes down your chimney and leaves presents for good boys and girls. So he's excited about it. He is totally excited about it. And he's being a good kid, doing everything his mom and dad needs him to do, and going to school, getting good grades. So Christmas comes, 1949. My dad is excited. He wakes up Christmas morning, runs into the living room of the house that they were living in. There is no Christmas tree. There are no stockings. There is no Christmas decorations anywhere. The disappointment was heartbreaking. A child of that age not ever experiencing the feeling of a Christmas morning, or even Christmas in general, just the excitement leading up to it, to have it all taken away from him that morning. He was so upset, he went to my grandparents, and he asked them, why didn't Santa Claus come? I was a good boy. Did everything I needed to do. I did good in school. I helped you and Mom. But where'd Santa Claus? He didn't come here. Why did he go to everyone else's house but not to ours? Well, my dad was raised without Christmas. He never knew what it was. So I never knew this. So my oldest sister was explaining the story to me. And she was like, so we need to give him the Christmas he never got when he came to Michigan. So her idea, I thought, was just amazing. It was amazing. And she said, what we need to do is this year, let's find him presents from the 40s that he would have wanted, and we'll give them to him this year for Christmas. And not only that, we'll write a letter from Santa Claus to him, explaining to him what happened, why he didn't get any presents that year when he moved to Michigan, when he found out about Christmas, about how he was on the good list. He did see how he helped his mom and dad. He did see how he was doing well in school. But then, he didn't know that he had moved. He did not realize it until after the Christmas was over. His toys and presents were delivered down to Goliad, Texas. So this year, what we did is we went out and we bought him presents from 1949, the Christmas he never had. To give you an idea of what we'd done, These are just a few of the ones that I was able to find. And I think they are fantastic. And there are many people out there like my dad that never got to experience that first Christmas. And growing up and knowing this now makes more sense, because as a kid, the Christmases that my family celebrated with my siblings, they were beyond over the top. We were never disappointed. Everything that was ever on a list, we always got. And the reason being was because of that first disappointment that he felt in his first Christmas when he was here to Michigan. So, some of the things that I've been able to find, I am in no man of any great means, but some of these things are priceless. Maybe not in a monetary value, but in a sentimental value. And some of the things that I found I want to share with you. Now, first of all, if you're wondering if my dad will ever see this video, maybe one day, but not this upload. He's, like I said, he's in his 80s, so he's not too good with working, the interwebs. So I'm pretty safe till at least after Christmas. So I want to show you some of the things that we actually found for him. Right here. This. I was able to find a vintage, unused kids baseball mitt from 1949. It's unused, unbroken in, and it is so small. This is what players used playing baseball back in the 40s. It is so weird compared to baseball equipment of today. This is one of those. Now, mind you, this is for a 9-year-old boy from 1949 who never received his baseball glove. Another thing, he was a big fan of Roy Rogers and Cowboys. So, of course, I was able to find this. This one cost me a little bit of money, but it was totally worth it because he was a huge fan of being a cowboy. He wanted to be a cowboy really bad when he was little. I was able to find him one of the original rolled cap guns from the 40s in the package. This was his primary gift. This is the biggest thing he wanted when he was a kid. Came with the holster and the belt strap so he could be a cowboy and fight all the outlaws. This is one of the things that we actually got him. I'm so proud of this one. Another thing, he was really big into baseball, as you can tell from the baseball glove. This one was a very hard find. Now, I don't know if many of you remember these or have been to a Cracker Barrel. At a Cracker Barrel, there is like those little peg games where you leave so many pegs left inside the little wood block. Well, that evolved from one of these. This here is a vintage dice and baseball peg game set. It's an actual game. You roll the dice for singles, triples, doubles, home runs, outs, everything. It's a little board and you move each of your pegs to each of the bases and you have your fielders. And this is another thing that we had got him. This was finally, I couldn't believe it. This was probably the least expensive of the items that we were able to find. And fantastic thing, because this is one thing we're all looking forward to do on Christmas Day. We're actually going to bust this thing open and we are going to play some baseball at my father's house. I'm really looking forward to it. So, yes. So that is my uplifting story for our, I guess you would say, our anniversary show. It's something that there are a lot of people out there that don't get to experience. And when they do experience it for the first time, and it goes so wrong, the poor kid never got to feel that joy, that first joy of, running into the living room and tearing up those presents, being happy, leaving the milk and cookies for Santa Claus. He never got to experience that as his first Christmas. And it's heartbreaking. So this year, for his 84th Christmas, we're going to give him the Christmas that he never had. And we're looking forward to taking many pictures and, of course, lots of video. And I will do a segment on the post-Christmas day, for what happens. And so we'll see how it goes. So anyway, I hope the story itself is uplifting and gives you a little bit of, feels for Christmas to get you in there. And it's something that you can do for your parents or your grandparents. So on that, I'm going to let you guys go. Happy anniversary, Just Another Thought. Thank you all out there for staying tuned and being patient with me with the channel. We're going to be back at it again soon, and I got a few days off here, so maybe we'll get another episode up here shortly. And all right, I'll let you guys go. I love you. Merry Christmas. And be good, and I hope Santa Claus brings you everything that you wish for. Good night.